So I'm at the gym this morning and I'm talking to someone there. I'm also doing my dishes. So that's what you hear in the background. And he's going on and on and on about how depressed he is because he doesn't think that he's ever going to be able to retire. I love this thing. So I was like, well, do you have any investments? And he goes, I've thought about that for a while. Are investments something I could have? I get it. People love to blame the school system. They say, oh, schools never taught us how to invest and it's the school's fault. But let's be real. I had 4 years of Spanish. All I can say is donde está el baño and donde está la biblioteca. And I don't even go to the library. I had years of science as well. And you know what periodic table I remember, even though the final exam was to fill in an empty periodic table one year? AU. That's the only one I remember. Gold. So it's easy to point at the education system in America and say, it's the school's fault that we're never going to be able to retire and that we don't understand money and we don't know how to pay our taxes. But what are the odds that, if we did have an investing class, that you'd even be paying attention? I mean, is 17-year-old you really interested in the stock market? No, probably not. So now I'm at the gym and I'm talking to this guy and he's going on and on about how he's never going to be able to retire. And he has absolutely zero investments. And he says, my whole life I was caught up in this whole, desire to keep up with the Joneses and buy luxury cars and fancy watches and nice stuff like that. So he goes on and on. He's telling me about all the expensive crap that he owns, but not a single stock. But he has an Apple Watch. Oops. He has an Apple Watch and he has an iPhone. And he has a closet full of Nike shoes. He shops at Amazon all the time. He goes to Walmart and Costco. His cell phone provider is Verizon. This dude is giving all of his money to these corporations and he's getting nothing back, whether it be from asset appreciation, like the stock goes up, or dividends. I'm 37 years old and I've been investing for almost 20 years. Over the last decade, I made the majority of my money through trading stocks, and now I'm trying to pivot into a full-time content creator here on TikTok. And because I live so far below my means, I'm able to take a chance on myself that I might not otherwise have been able to take. The reason I'm on this app so consistently trying to talk to young people and tell them to invest, look, I know it's not cool. I know the stock market isn't cool and investing in stocks isn't cool and it sounds like something your grandma does, but let me tell you something about your grandma. Your grandma is retired and living off of the dividend payments she's getting because of her investments. And if you do it right, you don't have to be some decrepit elderly person who's like, I live off my dividends. If you do it right, you can retire a lot earlier. But you have to start now. You can't be like this dude at my gym who's in his 70s going, oh man, I can't believe I'm still working minimum wage jobs.